Greetings everyone. This is Visakha Tripathi working as a forensic educator at Forensic Science Academy. Today we are going to study about the topic that is development methods of fingerprint. In this video we are going to cover in detail about the physical as well as the chemical methods for developing the fingerprint. Let's start with our topic. So, as discussed, along with the physical methods and chemical methods for development of fingerprints, we are also going to cover the advantages and disadvantages for the same. Fingerprint remain one of the most reliable form of forensic evidence. What makes it most reliable form of evidence? It's the unique rich patterns persist throughout the life of individual. Every human existing on this planet Earth have the uniqueness in their rich patterns, and this uniqueness makes the fingerprint the most crucial form of forensic evidence. Then, why do we need development techniques? We do need development techniques to make these invisible print, that is the latent prints, visible to our eyes for further analysis. The development methods are then classified in various parts. The one of the major classification is the conventional method and the non-conventional method. Conventional methods are the convenient one and the one which are mainly preferred. Non-conventional are the advanced one, the expensive one, and they need the expertise, they need the particular specific environment. Example of the non-conventional method is the laser technique, and when coming to the conventional method, it is then further classified in the physical methods, fuming methods, and chemical method. Physical method is then subdivided in the powder method. Fuming method consists of the iodine fuming and the cyanoacrylate fuming, and the chemical method is further classified in silver nitrate method and anhydride method. Classification of development method is majorly in two parts, that is the physical method, which is completely based on the particle adhesion. Second, the chemical one, which is solely rely on the reactions with fingerprint residues. The third category arises is the hybrid, which is nothing but the combination of the physical and the chemical methods. Let's discuss about the characteristics of the physical methods. Physical methods are generally the non-destructive one, which makes them the most preferred one, which makes them the most commonly used at a field work, and along with it, it enhances the contrast for visualization. The example of the same is the powder dusting. In powder dusting, the particles adhere to sweat and oil residues. As a result, the different color being shown on the different surfaces, and the different color used for better contrast. Like on the dark surfaces, we definitely need the powder of the light color, and on the light surfaces, we need the powder of the dark color. So, it is the most common and most simple method used at the crime scenes. Coming to its advantages, we all know it is quick to use, it is very easy, and it is inexpensive of all. It is definitely effective on non-porous surfaces, but the limitation is that it is not effective on porous and wet surfaces. It produces the very poor results, and it have the high chances of smudging. Then comes the magnetic powder method. It have the similar use like powder method. The only difference is that it uses the magnetic applicator instead of brush, which reduces smudging since there is no direct contact, and it works well on glossy and textured surfaces. Coming to the advantages, it has the cleaner application and has the less smudging. It works on the non-porous and textured surfaces. Limitation is that it has poor result on the porous surfaces. Then, talking about the characteristics of the chemical method. Chemical methods are the destructive ones. They are based on the chemical reaction with fingerprint residue, and they are effective on porous material like paper as well. They require laboratory setting for controlled result. It consists of ninhydrin method. Ninhydrin particle reacts with the amino acid present in sweat. As a result, it produces the purple-blue coloration, and it is best suited for paper and porous materials. Talking about the advantages, it is highly sensitive, it is permanent results, it gives permanent results, and it works well on old and aged fingerprints as well, on which powder method cannot work in better way. Then, talking about the disadvantages, it definitely requires time to develop and it needs careful handling. That is, it needs expertise. Then let's talk about the cyanoacrylate method. We also call it the fuming method. In this, the superglue vapors polymerize on residues and form stable white ridges. It is effective on glass, metal as well as plastics too. Talking about the advantages, it produces durable as well as stable prints, and it can be further enhanced with dyes. Talking about the limitations, it requires fuming chamber, that is, it is an expensive method, and it is not effective on porous surfaces like paper. Talking about the other chemical method, which consists the silver nitrate, the iodine fuming and the DFO. In the silver nitrate components react with the salt component of sweat to form the black print. In iodine fuming, it gives the temporary brown print and it is suitable for quick checks. We need to photograph the prints produced by the iodine fumes because they disappear very fast. Then talking about the DFO fluorescence, it works under the UV and it is the alternative to ninhydrin. Let's talk about the conclusion. So, first, all methods are important. They all have their own use in different and specific environment. We cannot compare them. Second, there is no single method that can work for all conditions. In different conditions, we need different methods. Like powder method is the most preferable one, but there is something that lacks in it. To convert it in the better result, to have the better improvisation, we have different methods. So every method have its own importance, have its own use. The choice completely depends on the surface type and the environment on which the method is being used. And the best practice is, the more knowledge we have, the more it becomes easier for us to apply a combination of techniques, because there could be a possibility that at particular surface powder method doesn't work but ninhydrin will. So what we do, we have to replace them. At some places what we have to do, we have to combine the two methods. So it completely depends on the knowledge that we have. So the best practice says that we should apply a combination of techniques to get the better results.